Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about classification of animal kingdom. So the animal possess several general features which are taken together to distinguish them from members of other kingdom. The cells of members of kingdom Animalia which lack cell wall, they are eukaryotes, multicellular and they are heterotrophic. Most most of the animals are mobile. So these are the few points on what basis the animals were classified. The first one is animal cell. Animal kingdom lack cell wall. This is the first point. Second point is they are eukaryotic. The cells are eukaryotic. The third point is they are multicellular. And the fourth point is they are heterotrophic. Means they are dependent for food on others, and most of the animals are mobile. It means they can move from one place to another place. In spite of differences in the structure and form of different animals, there are fundamental features common to various individuals in relation to the arrangement of cells, body symmetry, nature of coelom, patterns of digestion, circulatory system and reproductive system. So before starting the knowing about the classification of animal kingdom, before that we should know some basic terms used in this for the classification, like body symmetry, that is we have divided it into radial symmetry and bilateral symmetry. Germ layer, that is I will all these terms need to understand before going to the classification, before knowing about the classification. So I'll start with the first thing is on what basis the animals were divided. The first thing we'll know about body symmetry. Body symmetry. What is body symmetry? What is symmetry? Symmetry is, so we can divide the body into two halves that match each other exactly in the size and shape of the etc. Like if we are dividing into two equal halves, means from the center if we can divide this circle into two equal halves, means it is called symmetry. But in this symmetry, one thing is bilateral symmetry and radial symmetry. First I'll discuss what is radial symmetry. Radial symmetry is body can be divided into two similar halves. Means if this is a body of any organism, we can divide them into two equal halves, or by any plane. By any plane means we can divide from here, it will be two equal halves. If we are dividing it from here, so it will be again two equal halves. If we are dividing it from here, then also it will be two equal halves. If we are dividing it from here, then also it will be two equal halves. Means on any plane we are dividing, passing it should pass through the center. Once again I am repeating, body can be divided into similar halves by any plane passing through the central axis. Passing through the central axis. This is the central axis. If this is body, so this is the center. If I am cutting it from here, passing from the center, it is divided into two equal halves. If again I am cutting from this side, passing through the center, it will be divided into two equal halves. If I am passing from the center, we can divide it again into two equal halves. So this is called radial symmetry. Next is bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry can be divided along the median longitudinal plane into two mirrored portion, right and left halves. If we take an example of human beings, so we can cut them from top to the bottom, like if we are so in this the animals can be divided into right or left halves. Only one plane will be there, that is example will be annelida to chordata. So if you are cutting, like I have taken the example of butterfly, we can cut from left to right, so there will be only two equal halves. So this is called bilateral symmetry. There will be a mirror image, right and left halves. The next term is, what is germ layer? Germ layer is they are the primary layers that differentiate in the embryo. All the tissues and organs of the animal body develop from them. In animals, either 2 or 3 germ layers are present. When the embryo is developing from the zygote, so that it forms a layer of tissues that is called germ layer. It can be of 2 layers or it can be of 3 layers. So the 2 layers of germ layer is called diploblastic. This will be called diploblastic and animals, and 3 layers will be called triploblastic. It is having 2 germ layer, 1 and 2, and it is called ectoderm and endoderm. This is called endoderm and this is called ectoderm. In this, it is called endoderm, mesoderm, and this is called ectoderm. So next is coelom. The third is coelom. What is coelom? Coelom is called body cavity. Coelom means body cavity. Coelom is called body cavity. Body cavity. A body cavity having a fluid-filled space between the gut and the outer body wall of an animal. That is called a body cavity filled with fluid space between the gut and the outer body wall of an animal. So in this there are the animals. Some animals are acoelomates. Some are pseudocoelomates. And some are true coelomates. So the animals are majorly divided into 9 major phyla. So what are the main phylums? Protozoa. Protozoa is a unicellular organisms like amoeba and paramecium. So other than this, 9 phylum is there, that is Porifera, Cnidaria, Platyhelminthes, nematoda, annelida, arthropoda, mollusca, echinodermata. The phylum 1 to from Porifera to Echinodermata are grouped together under the invertebrates. From Porifera to Echinodermata are come under invertebrates. And the last phylum, that is Chordata, Porifera to Echinodermata are grouped together under the category invertebrates. Means what? Invertebrates means lack of backbone, means backbone is not present. Backbone, lack backbone. The Chordata are the animals, they have backbone and they are popularly called as vertebrates. Means what? This Chordata will have backbone. So from one by one I'll explain all the phylum. Amoeba is protozoa. First phylum is protozoa, which is unicellular. So in this all the organisms will be unicellular. So you can see this amoeba. So the shape of the amoeba will be irregular, and in this you can take the example of amoeba, paramecium. All these will come in the phylum protozoa, and they all are unicellular. Euglena, amoeba, paramecium, these are the examples. Example you can take paramecium, Euglena, amoeba. These are the example of protozoa, and they all are unicellular organism. Next is phylum Porifera. So in this organisms are multicellular animals. Their body consists of hollow tube. You can see this tube, and they have many pores in their body, and they are fixed in one place. They are not moving. So these pores helps in the this organisms have holes or pores all over the body. There will be pores all over their body. You can see in this also Sicon and Spongia. These are the example of Porifera. These pores are called ostia, and they open into canal system. They have a canal system, and the water and food they can take it through these pores, and there is only one opening to move out, that is called osculum. They are non-motile. Non-motile means they are fixed at one place. They are, first point I'll write, they are multicellular animal, multicellular animal. Second point, they have pores all over their body. Pores all over their body. Third point, they are non-motile. Non-motile animal. Fourth point, they have the level of organization in this phylum Porifera is cellular level of organization. So I'll write cellular level of organization. What do you mean by cellular level of organization? Means that they are made up of cells, but many cells, but these cells do not form tissues. So sponges, example is sponges of this phylum Porifera. They are mostly marine. Location where it is found in water. That is, they are mostly marine. Few found in fresh water. Few found in fresh water. Next is phylum Cnidaria. So, in this, germ layer is diploblastic in phylum Porifera. Next is phylum Cnidaria. Cnidaria, they are mostly marine. They are the aquatic animals and mostly they are marine, and they are found in colonies. Colonies means they live together, like jellyfish and all. They live together. And hydra are solitary. Solitary means they live alone. The first point I'll write that they are aquatic, mostly marine. Next point, they live in colonies. Some live in colonies. Example is coral. And hydra live in solitary, means alone. Third point is the body symmetry is radially symmetrical. They are radially symmetrical. Radially symmetrical. Means their body will be, can you see, if we have explained, if we are dividing the body into similar halves passing through the central axis, then dividing can be divided into two similar halves by any plane passing through the central axis. So it is radial symmetry. And fourth point is they are diploblastic. Germ layer is diploblastic. The level of organization in this is tissue level of organization. Tissue level of organization. In this, the digestion is incomplete because they lack anus. They have mouth and they have tentacles. These tentacles they bear stinging cell organelles called nematocysts, which serves the function of paralyzing the prey by injecting the poison. They have these stings which has poison in this sting, which helps in paralyzing their prey, and it helps so that they can catch their prey. Next is phylum Platyhelminthes. They are mostly parasitic animals. Parasitic animals means they are dependent on other organisms for their food. That is called parasitic animals. Example is liver fluke. This is liver fluke, is a parasitic animal. But some are free living, like planaria and aquatic. Planaria are free living. They are aquatic. Planaria are aquatic. They show bilateral symmetry. Bilateral symmetry. Germ layer in this is triploblastic. Means what? 3 layers. 3 germ layers will be present. They are triploblastic animals, which allows outside and inside body linings as well as some organs to be made, and thus tissue organ grade of body organization is present. These organisms are unsegmented and dorsoventrally flattened. The body cavity is absent. Coelom is absent. Coelom is absent. In this also, digestion is incomplete because anus is absent, mouth is present. Incomplete digestion. Example: planaria, liver fluke, tapeworm. Liver fluke, tapeworm. Next phylum is phylum Nematoda. These they are parasitic worms causing disease. Parasitic means they live in their intestine of the humans or animals and they cause disease. Most are disease causing. We can write parasitic, disease causing. Second point is mostly they are free living. Some live in water or terrestrial. They have narrow, elongated and cylindrical body. It is covered with cuticle. So the body is narrow, cylindrical. They are triploblastic. The level of organization is organ level of organization. Organ level means what? They form organs in their body. Now we have studied about cellular level of organization, tissue level of organization, and this is organ level of organization. In this they form organs in their body. They are having tube within tube body plan. Pseudocoelom is present. Pseudocoelom is what? False coelom is present in that. They are pseudocoelomate. Means false coelom. Next point is, in this the male ascaris is smaller than female ascaris. Ascaris is an example of phylum Nematoda. Ascaris shows, the male ascaris shows smaller than female ascaris. The posterior end of the male ascaris is curved, whereas the posterior end of the female ascaris is straight. Digestion will be incomplete. Example is threadworm or roundworm. Threadworm, roundworm. Phylum Annelida. They occur in fresh water. Phylum Annelida found in fresh water. They have coeloms. Body cavity is present in their body. Coelom is present. Next is, they have bilateral symmetry. They are found in the fresh water or moist soil. Some are free living, some are parasites. They are the first animals with true body coelom, that is, coelom is present in their body. They are bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic animals. So in their body the germ layer is triploblastic. And they have a complete digestion because alimentary canal is present. Digestion is complete. Example will be earthworm. Next is phylum Arthropoda. In this phylum, this phylum has the largest number of species in the animal kingdom. These animals have joint limbs. Can you see, this is the joint limbs, one pair of on some or on all body segments. They have a exoskeleton. Their bodies is covered with exoskeleton. This is the covering, outer covering of their body is exoskeleton. They all are found on everywhere on earth, on land, soil, water. Their body is triploblastic. First I'll explain. Their body is divided into three parts. Their body is divided into three parts, that is head. Their body is divided into three parts, that is head, thorax and abdomen. This is thorax and this is abdomen. Head, thorax, abdomen. Head, this part will be thorax and this will be abdomen. So, and they have joint legs, joint limbs. Next point is their body is triploblastic. So germ layer will be triploblastic. Germ layer is triploblastic and they are bilateral symmetry. See, if we are taking an example of butterfly, they are bilateral symmetry. I have explained what is bilateral. If you are dividing them from the median, longitudinal means from here we are dividing plane two mirror imaged. See, this will be two mirror image, same equal parts, that is called into left and right halves, that is bilateral symmetry. So this is bilateral symmetry. Fourth point will be respiration will take place through the general body surface, that will be gills. Respiration will be through gills or trachea. They have an exoskeleton. Next point is they have exoskeleton. Their body is made up of exoskeleton and this exoskeleton is made up of chitin. Excretion will take place through Malpighian tubules. Example is butterfly, crabs, cockroaches, houseflies, honeybee, etc. are the mosquitoes, scorpions. All these are the examples of arthropoda. Next we'll move on to the phylum Mollusca. Now in this phylum, this is the second largest group of animals. They all are mostly aquatic. Octopus, snail, slug, all these are living in the sea water and some are in fresh water. They all are soft, unsegmented. They all are soft and unsegmented, their body. Second point is they are triploblastic. Germ layer is triploblastic and they are coelomates. Means body cavity is filled with fluid and they are bilateral symmetry. Example is octopus, snail. All these are the examples of phylum Mollusca. Their body is covered with snail and their soft body is under this snail, this hard part. Their body is called that visceral mass. Their body soft part is under the snail. Can you see? Their soft body is called visceral mass of hump. These animals will have soft unsegmented body with a hard calcareous, this is shell, protects the soft body. This is the soft body protected by this hard shell. They have a muscular foot to help them in locomotion, and it is made up of calcium carbonate, and this is made up of calcium carbonate. Now next is echinophylum Echinodermata. They all are marine. The starfish Echinodermata in this phylum, they are marine. And they have exoskeleton and spiny surface. This is the spiny exoskeleton. Exoskeleton means the skeleton is outside the body. In humans, the skeleton is endoskeleton, means the bone skeleton is inside our body and muscles are outside. But exoskeleton means the skeleton is covering outside the body, that is called exoskeleton. They are radially symmetry. Can you see? If I told you, if we divide, see in this what, if we are dividing the organism from the center, it will be equal halves. Two equal halves will be there. Phylum Echinodermata are radially symmetrical, and one more phylum is a radially symmetrical. Which phylum is that? That phylum is Cnidaria. Phylum Cnidaria. In that also we have studied phylum Cnidaria. They are also radially symmetrical. See, this is radially symmetrical. Phylum Cnidaria is radially symmetrical, and this Echinodermata is also radially symmetrical. Radially symmetrical means they have similar parts, usually 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, arranged regularly around the center. Their body is triploblastic. They are triploblastic. Coelomate. They are coelomate. Digestion, in this the Echinodermata, the digestion will be complete. When we say the digestion is complete or incomplete, when the both mouth and anus is present. When mouth and anus is present then digestion. When mouth is present and anus is absent, then it is called incomplete digestion. So in this Echinodermata starfish, the both anus and mouth will be present. That's why the digestion is complete. So example is starfish. So in the next video, I am going to explain about phylum Chordata. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.